world is right in here, but that may also mean this might be both cats barking at mine, so we'll see. Hi guys. Hi. Hello, hello. I have the door open. Hi. The world is right in here, but that may mean this thing. Both cats barking at mine, so we'll see. You guys can start shouting out questions. Hi guys. Will I be visiting Chicago? I have no idea. I have no plans to at the moment. Sorry. Thank you for more birthday wishes, you guys. I love you. How is everybody? I know it's Monday. Did everybody go to work today and hang out? My weekend was good. My birthday was last Wednesday. And my older sister is a teacher. So we couldn't really celebrate during the week. We had to wait until the weekend for all of us to really get together. So my family went out to dinner and did like a belated birthday dinner for me, and then both my sisters and the boyfriends came over to my house, and we had drinks and we played Cards Against Humanity. My older sister never played that game before, so we got to kind of hang out and do some sisterly stuff for my birthday, which was nice. I don't remember. I think I did pretty much nothing yesterday. I really just didn't do anything. I wanted to sit around and do nothing. And there's a new show on Netflix that I started watching. It's called The Keepers, and it's basically like Making a Murderer, but it's with nuns and priests and schoolgirls, and it's really sad. But I was like, oh, now I'm addicted. Moose is like a pit terrier mix, probably. I'm still talking about it. He's like, you're being annoying. Hi. Hi, baby. So I usually do these at night, but I kind of wanted to do it while the sun was still up. It's a little bit easier to get the situation going here without having to light up the whole room. I'm literally just hanging out doing nothing today, so I figured I would tune in with everybody and see what everybody's Monday has been like. I know that this weekend is going to be a bit busy for me. I'm going to MegaCon in Orlando, so I don't know if you're going to be around. If you want to go, I'll be there signing things, walking around in my costume. I'm not going to say what it is yet. People will be surprised. Yeah, thank you. So if you have any questions, just shout them out. I have a couple that I was gonna throw out there that are from my website. At my website, members can make question suggestions whenever they feel like it. I do like a weekly Q&A for them, just so that they can kind of keep track of me. And so they will randomly send me question and answer suggestion questions, and I usually write them in, or I do a short video just for the members at my website, but I figured I could use some of them here today, just so that so that you guys can hear some of them. I did enjoy London. Thank you. It was nice. Basically was bouncing around England in general. I didn't really go specifically to London. My boyfriend's family lives in Nottingham, and we went and saw Harry Potter World, and we went over to Wales for a few days, went to shoot, so I bounced around a little bit, but thanks you guys. My dog is laying here on the ground in case you just tuned in and you're like, what the hell am I doing with my one hand, but that's what I'm doing. I have the two cats walking around. I don't know if you'll see them. Oh, there's Minnie. Just chilling in the background. So I have the two cats and I have the one dog. It's basically just a bumming around day here. I'm in just like sports bra, and I have these are my boyfriend jeans. They're gigantic. They're huge, but they're so comfortable. I wear them around when I don't have anything else to do. My birthday was really good, thank you. You guys keep keep making new belated birthday posts, and thank you guys so much. It's really nice of you. They're not mom jeans, they're boyfriend jeans. They're supposed to look like you stole them from your boyfriend. They are ridiculously comfortable, because most of the time I really only wear skinny jeans, because I have long legs, but I have like a mild size oversized waist, so I'm usually like a 4 size pants. So if I buy like straight leg pants, I find that they're like really long if I buy them in a 4. They'll be like perfect up here, but then way too short or way too long if I get long versus short. And I know that American Eagle, they sell them now where you can get regular length, and even that is like still a little too long for me unless I get a skinny jean, and then you can just like kind of push the bottom up a little bit. So I'm in skinny jeans constantly, and these are just so comfortable and loose. Thanks you guys. So I can start kind of shouting out questions that I had for my website. Why did I call this today? It keeps escaping from this thing. I had a question and answer for my website, which was like what is my type for boyfriends, I guess, or potential boyfriends, and I don't really have a type, I would say. A lot of the boyfriends I've had over the years really look nothing alike. I've had ones with tattoos and without, and so that's not really a big deal for me either. I've had that question popped up where people will say, like, is a potential boyfriend with no tattoos like a deal breaker? And no, of course not. I don't really care about like hair or height or eye color or anything. I really just I prefer somebody who is gonna be kind of spontaneous with me. I bounce around, I'm constantly moving around, I travel a lot and I love to travel, so I really like somebody who kind of just doesn't really mind picking up and going. And I like somebody who's really, I'm very like boring and I don't really do anything most of the time, and like I live a model life, but I also kind of on my days when I'm not doing anything, I love to do nothing. Just like sit on my couch, Netflix, I have the dog in my lap, I have snacks, lots of snacks, I eat a bunch of crap all the time, I'm constantly eating like pizza and shit, and so like I really like somebody who just like doesn't care and just very mellow and simple and easy, and like that's really what I look for. I really don't have a type of like the way somebody looks. I'm more of a type of personality. And thanks you guys. I'm seeing the funniest things go by. Yeah, bags are packed. I really love to go traveling. I've traveled a lot. If you want to hear the list of countries I've been to, I can shout them out, but I travel tons, and I'm always as soon as I'm even like at my destination, I'm already planning the next destination. Like I already know where I'm going, and I tend to plan for like personal vacations. I plan really far in advance. So this is Melvin in case this is Melvin. You can see his little raccoon tail. Hi from Germany. I can only speak English. I know somebody just said, can I speak any other languages? I only speak English, so if you say a question not in English, right over my head, sorry. I've been to Germany though. I see that, Mike. Thank you. What is he doing? Yeah. Countries I've been to. Alright, you want to hear the list? Cool. 5'7" is how tall I am. I just saw that one go by. This is Melvin, by the way. Let's see, the list would be, I've been to Canada, I've been to a couple random states. So I've been to California, I've been to Texas, and I've been to everything on the East Coast. I've been to Hawaii, I've been to Bermuda, I've been to Mexico twice now, I've been to Germany, Switzerland, France, England, Japan. I spent a month in China. I want to say that might be it. Probably. I think that might be it. But I get around a lot I try to get to the other side of the world as much as I can. But I'm also this next year, hopefully, I don't know if I'm gonna try and do it in the fall or if we're gonna try and do it in the spring. My boyfriend and I are gonna do like a road trip out to the west and do like kind of like out and up and back down to Florida. And we want to go kayaking in the Grand Canyon as one of like our need to do that things. And so I think we're going to make it part of the, oh yeah, and Wales, babe, thanks. I think we're going to make it part of the whole trek. So I think we're going to start from Florida, drive out to the Grand Canyon, do the kayaking trip, and then kind of just like maybe go up and around and hit maybe a couple national parks, and then all the way back to Florida. But that's kind of my next like trip that I'm planning on. The dog is on the porch. He was here in the beginning. I have the door open to my patio. To my balcony, actually, not my patio, just so that I could get more light in my room, and he loves to sit out there. Actually, I can get a picture of him doing it. Look at him, he's so happy. He's a cute baby. He just likes to sit there and he listens to all the, I have neighbors who have little dogs in their yard. They have like a dachshund and some little white fluffy things. So he waits for them all afternoon to pop out and he listens to the birds. And then I have a tree right here outside my window and I have like a bird feeder in it, and the squirrels like to come and sit at like eye level with the balcony and just bother him. So he loves being out there. It makes him a very happy baby. Oh, thank you for the congrats on the cover. Yeah, that's for Front Magazine. They have it available on their website, I believe. I don't know if you can buy it as a solid copy. I think it's only in the UK, so I don't know if you can. I think you have to get a digital copy anywhere else. Am I gonna stretch my ears? No, I'm not really interested in piercings at all. Really, I have the little one there and this one, and I've had the belly button pierced since I was like 16 maybe. So I really like don't have any interest in doing any other tattoos. Not tattoos, any other piercings. I don't want any tattoos above. I don't want anything here, here, or here, or here, or on my feet. Here probably. I really don't think. I don't think I'll touch my stomach either. But no piercings either. Do I like that show Ink Master? No. I liked. I thought it was interesting when it first came out, but that show drives me insane. That they'll take like. What is it? It's like 6 hours or something. Like 6 hours to do a custom tattoo on a stranger, and you're in a time crunch, and they usually, like, people take like this big chunk of your thigh, and they're just throwing ink in. And I know some of them come out really, really good. I know that, the end and the finale are a lot of really good pieces, but most of the season, subpar work from a lot of people. Like, there are artists on that show that I know personally, and I'm like, that is not even close to the kind of stuff you normally do. So I actually think those shows are really stupid. I would rather somebody go into a tattoo shop, get what they want, get the kind of like one-on-one time that they need, and if you have to do multiple sessions, do multiple sessions. I want you to have a nice tattoo when you leave. I don't want somebody to have to be like, oh, I was on a TV show and I got this, and it's okay, I guess, but like I got to be on TV. And you're like, that's stupid in my mind. I haven't been to Italy yet, no. Last bad horror movie that we watched on Netflix. What did we watch? Babe, what was the one we watched? It was like, damn. I don't even remember it. It was so bad. I want to say I already blocked it out. Something about, we watched one where there was like a haunted house scenario, but I don't remember what it's called, but like the whole movie, the character is like, she came from somewhere else to this, I think it's a boarding school, and she's trying to disprove the fact that there's a haunting there. She doesn't believe in hauntings, or she makes it her living to disprove people's fake ghosts and stuff, or like seances. She's trying to disprove whatever it is. And then like by the end of the movie, it ends up being like all the people she's been talking to this entire time are ghosts, but like 3 of the characters aren't, and you're like, wait, she was totally interacting with these ghosts in front of those people and they didn't say anything, or those people were interacting with those ghosts basically, and you're like what the that didn't make, like, the whole plot at the end, you were like, no, that didn't make any sense. There was no leading up to that point. You were like, that none of that would have made that correct. In the end, we were like, this is stupid. But like, it wasn't even a scary movie. It was just like we were just trying to figure out what the twist was gonna be at the end, and we were like, it was a stupid twist because it didn't end up making any sense either way. I know you were just dying for attention. I didn't see Get Out, but I heard good things. Yeah, there's a lot of movies like that. I know. Mine and my boyfriend's like favorite activity is to order in disgusting pizza or Chinese food and sit in front of Netflix and find like the most garbage movies we can in the horror or scary movie section, and like they do not disappoint in Netflix. They are always terrible. Am I wearing makeup? A little bit. I have some blush going on, and I threw some of my eyebrows in today. I put a little bit of eyeliner on. Look like a thrown together human being today. Would I like to be a Suicide Girl? Not even a little bit. They don't pay their models. They're not like you don't get hired by them and then get a salary. You get hired by them, you hire your own photographer, they take photos, you pay that person gives you photos back, and then you basically submit them, which can take up to like 6 months to hear back apparently. And they only will reimburse you if they decide to use them. So if you paid like $200 for a photographer to come in, take photos of you and edit them and then give them in, and then at the end Suicide Girls is like not really something we were looking for right now, you're out $200 now. So it's really like not a good company. Like really the only girls who make money off of that are people who were in it when it started. So like the famous ones, like what's her name? Rodeo or Rayo, I don't know, something like that. And you know, the only people who really make money are the people who were there in the very, very beginning. Yeah, there's a couple places of my body I won't tattoo, so maybe here I'll figure it out, but want to do a tattoo, but you're afraid of skin cancer. Tattoos do not cause skin cancer. I don't know if you've heard that. What is the Rock and Shock Horror Convention in Massachusetts? And bad horror movies. I've never heard of that. I'll have to look into it. Thank you, Scott. Enjoy work today. I'm over in Tampa, so it's a nice, lovely day outside. No clouds, pretty much. Just a couple little ones, little like the fluffy kind. Are tattoos painful? Yes. Is that a real question? Hi, Corpus Christi, Texas. How many tattoos do I have? I think it's 14. Because I've closed off some areas in the last year. It's like technically 14, even though I had more to begin with. So like the half sleeve on my left leg is done. This is all finished now. My whole back is done. But like in general, I technically have 14. Go Spurs, okay. Only my dad's side of the family is from Italy, and they're from around the Sicilian area or something like that. I don't have like a specific dot on a map. Am I excited for the IT remake? I think the clown looks interesting. I like the fact that it is like more, he's like more classic horror than you know, the Tim Curry version is, he's scary because he's so a normal clown. I think that like, you know, his big appeal was that like, you know, at first kids are like, is that a clown? And then like the closer and weirder he gets, the more it's just like it makes you terrified of all clowns from that on out. And I like that the new It is kind of like a horror. He looks like he's got the fangs in a couple photos. He's got that gigantic forehead, which is interesting. I think that style wise it looks cool, but I don't know that it'll pan out. We'll see. No, I'm not married, but I do have a long-term boyfriend. I don't speak any other languages. No. I don't really want to. I suck at language. Like when I was in high school and college, like I had to take languages, and they are not something I can put into my brain. I'm like one of those people where like I can quote like every movie, every TV show I've ever seen. Fucking like literally like I can muster up an exact quote if you give me something, and that's easy for me. Super easy. But like trying to remember how to form a sentence in a different language while I'm trying to remember what words goes with what, and I'm trying to speak it in a not where you're like reading it out of a book sounding voice, where you're like trying to sound like you're speaking a language. Like it's just like my brain can't do that. I can't. It's not gonna ever happen for me. I don't think I'll ever be able to learn a language. other than the one I already have. I don't know. I do a great English accent though. Thanks, babe. I like to like mock my boyfriend's English accent as often as possible. It makes me laugh. I have a full back tattoo. I don't know. And my bra strap on the way today, but so, yeah. I do have back too. What would I say my best feature is? Hair, maybe? I like my hair a lot. It's always very pretty in pictures. That's what it's very like, it's like an in-between dark brown, black color, and then, because I live in Florida now, by the end of each month, like, whatever is on the bottom gets slightly lighter all the time. So every time I, like, have my hair, you can see it even here, it's always, like, kind of reddish brown. So when I put my hair in like different styles or in buns or ponytails, it's interesting that it like kind of naturally does like that ombre look that was like super in a year ago. What kind of music do I like? I'm kind of all over the place. I listen to a lot. I listen to a lot of country down here, just because I didn't have it when I used to live up north, and I think like now that I hear it, it's always like fun driving music. I dig it a lot, like the shitty country music though, not like old school. I listen to a little bit of old school, like Dolly Parton, and I occasionally listen to Johnny Cash, and like normally I listen to the country station. I have a lot of the 1975 on my phone. I have Minus the Bear on my phone, but I have the acoustic album. I don't know what else I have. I have a lot of random stuff though on my iTunes. I think when I go and look at my iTunes that I like haven't downloaded anything in years, but when I go and like back and look at my iTunes from like being in college, I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? There's a bunch of weird shit in there. Right, no. Do I go to the gym? No. When my boyfriend's around, sometimes we do. I don't want to do my English accent on the camera. I do it because it's so bad. That's the point. Is I don't have a good one. I do it terribly just to annoy him. It makes him upset when I mock him. When he does, my boyfriend's he's from anywhere else than America, so he's also very into soccer. So he basically he'll put it on TV, and he'll be downstairs usually watching it by himself, and like I'll go down and watch it occasionally with him, but like I don't really know anything about soccer, so I'm not really into it. When he's down there watching it, you do your typical man thing, or you yell at the TV, and you're like what the fuck, right? But he has like little sayings that he says every time that are his like go-to phrases when he's yelling at the TV, and when I hear him yell them out, I always yell them back as like Oliver Twisty as possible, like real loud, really annoying. Like I like to bother him when he's watching his game. Yeah, he likes to say "have a word with them" when he's talking about the refs, I guess, right? Where he's like, obviously the call is stupid or somebody's faking it and being an asshole, so he'll yell out, "have a word with them." But that's not how you say it. He says it as like one long word, half of the letters are missing, and I like to yell it back as long as I can. It's football, not soccer. Yeah, but none of my American friends would know what I was talking about if I said football. Yeah, have a word with them. Yeah. Yes. What's the first thing I noticed about somebody? A boy? Their face. It probably was just looking at a random person somewhere. Their face. I don't know if I noticed one specific thing. I probably look at somebody as a whole, as an individual person at first. Who is my tattoo artist? I've had a number. The most recent tattoo I got, the bird on the back of my thigh, is done by Allie Walters in St. Pete. Amulet tattoo. And then my normal artist is Javier Eastman, and he's up north in Connecticut. I've had David Bruhel over in Tampa, did my other thigh with the harpy. A lot. I don't know everybody's name. I'm terrible with names. Do I ever come west? Kind of not really. I do randomly, so you have to kind of like keep an eye on my page for when I post where I'm going to be. Because otherwise I have no idea. I usually find out like 3 to 4 weeks in advance where I'm going to be going if I'm getting hired for something. So if I end up being, I don't know, if I get hired next week to do a convention in Florida, let's say, like, and it's going to be in Miami, I wouldn't know until like 2 weeks before. And if I was going to get hired to go do something all the way out west and they're going to need to book me a flight, I probably still wouldn't be hired until like 2 months out maybe. So if I'm going somewhere, I always post about it on my page so people know where I'm going to be. Wait. What? I don't know how late I am, but what for you onto the modeling career you currently do? Do you mean how did I get started in this? Can you ask again? I don't really understand the question 100%. Thanks, you guys. And I still see birthday wishes going by. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. How did I get into my modeling career? I started kind of by accident. My younger sister is a makeup artist, and when she just got out of makeup artist school, when she was up in New Jersey, my tattoo artist had just done like 2 new pieces for me, and he wanted me to get a professional photo of them done so that he could use a close-up image for his banner for a convention. And I had asked my sister. She had just started at a like a family photo place, just as their on-call makeup artist. And I asked her if she thought we could ask and use their professional camera for like a 5 to 10 minutes taking a photo of my tattoos. And she actually had asked them if she could do a like full photo shoot with me so that she could do my hair and makeup and then get images for her portfolio in addition to what she was doing for me, and they said yeah. And so she did. I think we were in there for like 2 or 3 hours. We were just like kind of doing a whatever we were doing in the studio. But I ended up posting like 2 or 3 of them on Facebook and Instagram, and I got like immediate feedback. I think one of them ended up on the Instagram of Tattoos page, basically. I think they have something like a couple million followers, but at the time they probably had like 2 million followers, I guess. But like when that happened, I got I think like 2 or 3 agencies emailed me kind of right away, and I was signed later, really. And I kind of just started doing it as like an in-between thing when I had just gotten out of college and moved. I moved back with my parents right after I got out of college, and I was just getting I was working at a YMCA for their they have a summer course, but they also have a school course where I was teaching arts and crafts after I left college. So I was kind of doing that on the side when I had time, because we don't work on weekends, we have normal school hours. So until I started moving around, my family all one by one started moving down to Florida, and I kind of found that I could use modeling to fill in that gap while I was looking for work. And then it started to really take off where I really didn't need a full-time job to be able to support myself, and I haven't in 6 years. I've been doing just the modeling for 6 years. It's been great. This is my normal hair color. This is real 100%. Boom. It's like a dark brown black color. It was much more black when I was growing up. But normally now it's like a brownish color. And then because I live in Florida now, I get a lot of like my dad is actually a ginger, so I have a lot of like red highlights in my hair when I sit out in the sun. Can I explain my members only section? Yeah, I totally can. At my website, which is stephaniemorazzo.com, there is a members only area, which is for exclusive stuff that you can't get anywhere else. So I have photos in there, videos, there's uncensored content, there's adult content, they have a weekly Q&A, they get new stuff every Monday, they get contests for free stuff that nobody else gets to participate in, they have their own shop where they can buy posters or prints that are uncensored or nude. What else do they get? I have a blog that goes on in there that they can keep up with. They get to chat with me as often as they like. There's a lot of stuff in there, and it's constantly updating. I have all new stuff all the time. So if you were to join today, you have like there's probably like 4 straight days worth of material in there that you could just like watch straight through. So there's a lot of stuff in there. If you're interested in something specific, ask the question. Thank you guys. I know I kind of miss my long hair too. I'm considering growing it straight out, but I'm at this in-between stage where like a week ago, I was like, oh, I should cut it again because it's so long that it's not like being cute anymore. It's doing like a weird in-between thing. and then I was like, well, you know, it's already like halfway down my back. Maybe I should just let it go. But I like it still. When I curl it, it's a little bit nicer. But today I'm really just not doing shit. I'm bumming around a bit, so it's like, I don't know what my battery is doing here. I hope I don't die on you guys. If I do, I'm really sorry. Did my parents care when I got my first tattoo? I don't think so. My older sister had a tattoo, I think right after she turned 18. And all three of us have the same type of tattoo. My older sister got it first, but we have 3 stars each. So my younger sister has them on her wrist, I think. Yeah, she has them on her wrist. My older sister has them on her bicep, and I have them on the back of my neck. And basically, like, all 3 of us got the tattoo to kind of like represent each other, which was cute. And once my sister opened that door, there was no going back. Cause like if they didn't yell at her, they're not allowed to yell at me. So that worked out in my favor, really. Yeah, I like, you know, they don't have a problem with it. My mom would really prefer that I don't do anything to like my face or my neck probably, or even my hands. I know my aunt has told me, my aunt is my mom's sister, and she was like, please don't tattoo your hands. And like, I respect that. So I didn't really have any intention to anyway at this moment in time. So, you know, until then, if I ever like really want to, I might, you know, break it to them gently. but right now it's not really in my warehouse. I'm not really looking towards it. So my parents really don't care otherwise. They're really like, both my parents are very like open people. They don't really give a shit about too much. They're very nice. So they, you know, there's nothing really that they're ever gonna yell at me about. They really don't care. Sorry that my camera keeps moving around. I'm plugging it in because I'm pretty sure that I have like 15%-ish left. I don't want it to just pop out on everybody. Boom! I guarantee that this like moving around part is the part that gets to be the default photo for the video when I'm done. It'll be me being like... I have 2 cats. I have a boy who's an orange cat, and I have a girl who is black and white. I don't know if she's over there. Boom! She's adorable. She's not usually the one that hangs out in videos, though. Melvin usually does. He's sitting over here next to me. There. He's watching outside, too. Moose is outside on the deck. So, Melvin likes to sit on the deck, but he won't go out there when Moose is out there, in the event that he just, like, a dog walks outside or something, and Moose will jump up and start barking, and that freaks Melvin out. So, he won't go out there if Moose is on the balcony with him. Now he's just hanging out. He said, oh, you said my name, so now we're friends. My parents would never get tattoos. They're really like not the type of people that would be interested in that. Like my dad is pretty much full-blooded Italian, and he's pretty traditional in the sense that, like, you know, he worked his whole life, he went to Catholic school growing up, went to a Catholic college, he got a job right away, he met my mom, he married her, they had kids, you know, he's done the whole shebang, Italian husband style. So, he would never really consider a tattoo, in my opinion. And then my mom, you know, she's not really into pain anyway. She wouldn't really want to, just to have one. That's not really something she'd be interested in. Doesn't bother me. I have no problem with people who don't like tattoos. It doesn't bother me if you don't care. I do, so I'm the one who has them. That's what matters. Do I like them? They're on my body, so. She's in here, babe, because I have the door closed, and she didn't want to be by herself, so she came here. She didn't want to be. She usually hangs out in my boyfriend's office, on his office chair. That's usually her 100% spot. Find her there all the time. I have 2 sisters. I have an older sister who is about to turn 31, and then I have a younger sister who is only a year younger than me, and in June she'll turn 27. Ridiculous. A ginger Italian. Yeah, my dad he doesn't now, but he had like fire engine red hair growing up. But he's not white. He is like he's like an average white skin tone, and then he freckles like crazy in the sun, so he actually looks tan most of the time because he has so many freckles. He ends up just looking like a tan person. And then as he got older, his red hair started to turn like a brownish red. So but his mother apparently was like red hair, crazy red hair most of her life. And then when I've known her, because I guess as she got older it started to fade out on her, she started dyeing it blonde. So I only ever knew her as a blonde person until I think probably the first time I saw her as like a teenager was at her funeral, and they had like a big photo of her blown up that was like her on the beach in like 50s probably, like maybe right before my dad was born. So she's in like a classic like white one piece, and she's doing like that hey girl pose, and she had red hair, and I was like, no way, like why have I never seen photos like these before? I didn't even know she was a straight redhead until then. But really, like, nobody from the kids side has the red. Like I said, in the sunlight my hair will get like a red highlight occasionally. But my younger sister is the one that has the lightest hair of the three of us. She has like an ash brown color, and she probably gets most of the red highlight, but really most of us have just the brown. So we didn't really get away with that gingery look. Oh, the dog gets along with the cats. Yeah, occasionally. Like he doesn't care about them, but they don't like him right next to them. So if he gets too close to them, they'll hiss at him and they make him go away. But he's still kind of in a puppy stage, so he's very active. He runs through the house like full speed, and they like both my cats are older. Like they're both closing in on 10. So they don't like that at all. That's too fast paced for them, and it's too much energy. So they would rather him just kind of stay away from them. But he doesn't go like looking for them. He doesn't bark at them unless one of them surprises him around a corner or something. But otherwise, they're very good. Everybody's very good together. So I have a picture of my boyfriend. You bet he's super hot. I think the only one I have in this room is one that he doesn't like, but I framed it because it's so cute. I don't think you like that picture, babe. Hi, Moose. I'm so happy. These kisses are nice. Can't lay in my lap right now. You smell like outside. Yay. But hi, new people. Hello. I'm basically just hanging out because it's the middle of a Monday and I wasn't doing shit, and I don't know if you're doing shit. So how's everybody doing? Ask me questions if you got them. You love my pets. Thank you. You do not like that picture. See, I knew you didn't. You don't like that. It's because you're smiling and you hate smiling, but I like that one. You look fucking cute. You don't know what you're talking about. Hi from Craig in the UK. Thanks. Hi, Todd. Hello. Basically, we're not doing anything today. We're just hanging out. I have all new content to post to the members website, and so I was fiddling with my phone and taking pictures anyway, and I thought, you know what, it's kind of nice lighting outside. I might as well do a live video and say hey to my peeps. What's up, you guys? Thank you! You guys are so sweet. You guys are ridiculously nice to me. Hi from Texas, how are you? California, everybody's popping in. I don't know. If you guys have any questions, just shout them out. How did me and my boyfriend meet? Technically, he slid into the DMs. Stupid as that is. I had just found Moose. I found Moose in the street on my way to Safety Harbor, I think. Oh no, when my sister was living in Gulfport. So Moose was standing in the street, and I was coming down the road, saw him. He had a collar on. but nobody was chasing him. I got out of the car and I stood there with my mom and we waited. We were hoping somebody was gonna come running with a leash, like, my dog escaped. But nobody came. It was like, it was Saturday, I think, on a holiday weekend. So we had called, I think I called like 2 or 3 vets. I tried to call the SPCA and they were all closed. It was the afternoon, so they weren't gonna be open again until Monday morning, I think, or Tuesday morning because of the holiday. I think something like that. So I really, like, I didn't know what to do because we're standing on the side of the road. So I ended up just putting him in the car and taking him home. And I guess the SPCA told me that they could come pick him up on Monday, that they would be open on Monday. If I didn't mind, if I hung on to him through Sunday, they would come pick him up for me. And I was like, okay. And he was there with me for 2 whole days. And then I was like, you know, I would rather him be with me while I'm trying to find the owner, than being, you know, because I don't know what his history is. I was like, you know, he was such a sweet dog, so I was like, you know, I would hate to put him in a scenario where he has to be at a kennel surrounded by other dogs he doesn't know, surrounded by people he doesn't know. And so I basically went online, I posted everywhere I could find to let people know I found a dog. I called a bunch of vets offices. I told the police that I had a dog. I posted on Craigslist letting people know I had a dog. I was looking for the owner. Nobody called. Nobody. And he was in good condition. He had, you know, his nails were cut. He had a, you know, beautiful little coat on him. He had a collar, just no tags. And so I think somebody did take care of him. I don't know if they just let him out or they decided they couldn't take care of him anymore and they were just kind of hoping he would find a new person. I don't know. But I adopted him. And, like, basically, while all this is going on, Jack had already been following me for a while, and he had a girlfriend, but he broke up with her, and he'd been talking to me before that through my Instagram, just comments-wise, just polite, nothing weird. When he broke up with his girlfriend and I had found Moose, he kind of saw it as an opportunity to try and talk to me for like a real talk. So he had DM'd me asking how the dog was, and it kind of all started from there. And it was cute, and he was very sweet and nice. There's never anything weird. So, you know, I guess technically you could find people on Instagram, as weird as it is. A year something later and it's still totally normal. It hasn't been creepy yet, so we're doing well. Do I have a personal Facebook page? Nope, just this one. If you try and find a personal Facebook page of me, it's either fake, or if it is my real one, I will not contact you or friend you. Or if you try to contact me, I will block you. I don't do anything with that. Oh, we're just gonna start barking at something. He sees something. My boyfriend's the luckiest person in the world. Thanks. You can tell him as much as you want. What's my favorite hobby? Eating, sleeping. I like to go out and walk with the dog when we go take him to the dog park or take him on hikes. I like to kayak. I like to swim down at the beach. I like to watch Netflix. I like to go to movies. I like to do a lot of like normal boring stuff. Oh boy. You can see Jack is responding to boyfriend responses. Puppy. Basically we're at that point where, you know, there's nothing really happening in the day. So, it's very boring. It's very just like, nothing's really going on. Sun's kind of starting to go down. I'm probably going to make food soon. I'm just kind of hanging out. I figured I'd see what was up with you guys. You guys can ask questions if you got them. I'm posting a whole bunch of stuff to the members section a little later. So I don't know if you're already a member, if you plan to become a member. Today's a good day to do it. There's a bunch of good stuff in there. Why are you in the bathroom? Ouch. Ouch. Okay. Sounds like when you go live, but with way more viewers. Yay! Mike, I try to watch you when I can. Yeah, and all your videos end up being like hour long because you're playing. You don't get to say anything, which is boring. Going to see Wonder Woman? Do you mean at the convention this weekend? I'm not going to see anybody specific, though Stan Lee is going to be there, and a couple people from, I saw a couple people from The Walking Dead are supposed to be there, and it looks like they canceled, so I don't know who's really supposed to be there, who's going to be. Hi, Steve. What do I think of throat tattoos? I don't care, really. They seem, I've seen some really cool ones, but I think a lot on women. Occasionally. I do see this a lot though, where like a woman will get her throat done, right? She doesn't have anything on her face. She'll get her whole throat, and then they do a line here, right? Close off the neck piece. And a lot of the times you can see it when you're looking her straight on, and it looks like it cuts her face at weird shapes. I always think that looks stupid. I've seen really